everybody, Jeanette Womble here in Columbia, South Carolina. I am here with Chris and Zach, who are longtime clients of mine, and we're here to share our story of our history of working together, and I appreciate you both taking time to chat with me today. Tell everybody how we met.
You want me to start or you want to start?
You can start.
Okay, so we met Jeanette shopping for Chris's parents. They actually, he's originally from New Jersey, and so his parents were still up in New Jersey, but we obviously were living down here in Columbia, and his parents were looking for a house on the lake. And so we started shopping for them.
You did.
Chris's mom found Jeanette, and we started working with her, and kind of snowballed from there. We were living in an apartment at the time, thinking about getting started, looking for our first home, and after shopping for a little bit with someone else's money, which is always fun,
yes.
we got to just know you, and we were like, this has got to be our real estate agent. So we actually ended up buying a house before his parents even bought a house.
You did. I remember when I first met you both, and I realized that when your parents were buying, that you were actually the one buying their house.
Yes,
you were the decision maker, and they were just like, coming to the closing table with the deposit.
Very true.
But
yeah, they trusted us, and they trusted you. So.
They did, which it was a really great experience, and I think now with everything on the lake, they've definitely benefited from that investment.
Absolutely.
So then you called and you told me that you guys wanted to find something, and we started the process.
Yep.
So what was your experience? I know we started working together, but did you have experience working with other agents or friends who worked with other agents before we met that kind of gave you like a perception of what it could be like?
A little bit, I would say, like going to open houses and just friends' experiences. And I think ultimately sometimes you think that the agent's just trying to make a sale, which can be a good and a bad thing. But I did feel like you never pushed us to buy anything that we weren't super comfortable with, or even just pre-screening things where you're like, you don't need to go look at that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Because every time we would walk in, you would hug the wall.
Yes, very true.
And somebody had to bring you back down sometimes.
You play a good mediator as
well. we're very night and day, where he's analysis paralysis, I always like to say, and I'm very impulsive. So I like walk in, I'm like, well, this is our dream home.
Yes.
Even if the walls are falling down. So you were always very honest and were able to talk me off that ledge and let me just kind of actually look back and see what reality was.
Well, and a lot of people are like that too, because house shopping is really exciting. And if you're somebody who is a little bit more impulsive, like I've always been that way with cars. Like I'll drive a car, I'll love it, and I'll just want to buy it, And I'll have friends that'll say, well, did you drive these other ones, or did you try these other ones? I'm like, no, why should I? So I'm probably a little bit like you in that sense. Now we're sitting in your second home together.
Yes.
So we went through the process of, you purchasing your first one, selling your first one, and then now you're here in your beautiful home that you're making your own, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I know that you've got some plans to still personalize it, but it really is beautiful. What would you tell someone if they're thinking about having me help them either buy or sell, like what they can expect if we work together?
I would say, we've already talked about it a little bit, but definitely number one thing is honesty. I think you're just really have your client's interest at the top of your mind. You want what's best for them, not what's best for you, which is just very refreshing and very nice in today's age. And then I think one of the best things that I got to see on our second go around, when the first time we bought a house, we didn't have to sell, but being able to go through the buying and the selling process with you, your creativity is awesome. You are always looking for some way to get your clients' houses out there, no matter what that is, and so that's really refreshing that that your agent's actually working to sell your house, not just throwing up a sign in the yard and waiting for somebody to call.
Yeah,
I also think you're an incredibly hard worker. Like,
Thank you.
On a Friday, we were looking during COVID.
Yes.
So on a Friday, and everyone knows the market was crazy, we could text you on a Friday evening and be like, we want to see this house, and you'd be like, I'll be right there, which I think is so nice, selfishly.
Well, it is selfish, but at the same time, during COVID, if you didn't go to the house immediately, you might lose it. Remember that there was one time that you called me and you said, Jeanette, I don't understand. It just went on Zillow and now it's already pending.
Yeah.
Like, how did that happen? And that was what we were seeing is sometimes they were just going on and then they were gone. You know, it was almost like just fire drills all the time. So.
I think one of my favorite things about this house that we actually ended up buying, I mean, earlier in the morning, we were looking at a house 2 doors down. We left, it wasn't for us. I was feeling super defeated. We went to lunch and this house came on the market. We were back here closing under contract 12 hours later. So like, that's just the kind of agent you are, that you show up.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, it's been so nice to help you, and I love that we continue to stay in touch. I really respect and appreciate everything that you've done. I mean, you went on WLTX with me last year and did a story about buying during COVID. So, you know, it's just really great to have friends and to have supporters. And I know you've referred a lot of people to me. I'm very grateful for that, that you trust me with your friends. And it's just been really awesome. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, you know, we worked a lot downtown. We looked at a lot of old houses. I've renovated historic homes, so I have a lot of knowledge of old houses as well. Feel free to reach out to me and we can talk more about your real estate goals. And I can share more about my experience with Chris and Zach and the wonderful time that we had together buying and selling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.